Good afternoon. So I know it hasn't been too long since my last check-in, but I don't know, lonely, quiet, and I'm trucking through too many things today. I set myself a little task just to tidy. So that was like, fold away the towels that I washed last night, fold away the laundry that I've had hanging around, and then put that from the washing basket into the cupboard. I've put away the dishes. I've had lunch. So I warmed up that bowl that I made up last night. This one had like more mock meat in it, so it was actually had a lot more protein. I only got about halfway through the bowl, but that's okay. Before I felt quite full. I'm also trying to increase how much water I'm drinking. So yeah, I drank about half a litre with that. So that's possibly also why I am feeling fuller than usual, or sooner. But also, I know that my body is going through a bit at the moment, but I'm feeling good, which is a good thing. I'm feeling strong and not really too bothered by it, which is awesome. I've just been, I did all of those sort of jobs. I messaged Pete at about 11:15 to say happy graduation, because obviously by then, if I haven't heard from him, he hasn't even asked if I can be there for him, but that's fine. That's his journey, and it literally is fine. Like I'm not just saying that to be snarky. It's fine. It didn't really affect me. I don't feel hurt or left behind. I think, that's obviously for the best. Maybe it wouldn't have been really good for me to be there for Mac graduation, because I think that might have maybe stirred up some bitterness and resentment. When I was out having a cigarette after my last video check-in, I think I watched a video that was about a 10-minute one, full of like motivational speeches from Eckhart Tolle and Oprah Winfrey about letting go and the power of letting go and forgiving things that have happened in the past and things like that. And it's really, it's good. It turns out like now there's like an album of motivational speeches, so I've downloaded that onto Spotify, I guess, and I hope I can listen to it when I feel a little bit down or questioning why I'm doing the work that I'm doing. If I don't feel like going back over these videos, then that's something that'll keep me moving forward rather than looking back. So I'm kind of in like two headspaces, because now it's 1:45, and I'm just aware that in about 3 hours time I want to be heading to the studio. So I'm not quite sure 100% on what I want to do. I've got two options. I can tackle the room, get a little bit more out of the way there, or at least start to look at what winter clothes I'm going to pack away, because it is warming up. But also what I'm sort of feeling called to do, and I'm hesitant to follow through with it because I'm worried that it will upset me. But one thing that Matilda and I spoke about yesterday is, and me saying, I said to her that I need to grieve. I need to grieve this year, because a lot has happened, and I mean I've been through it on my Saturday video after the letting go workshop, that I do have a lot to grieve. Tomorrow is the full moon, which is the best time, Matilda said, for me to call upon, like to have, I guess, a grieving ritual where I farewell the things that I'm saying goodbye to this year. And tomorrow night's the full moon, so I will need to be recharging my crystals, but she said that would be a really good timing to offer it up to the universe and create a ritual around saying goodbye to some of these things that I'm not bringing with me into 2020. And I am wording it that way. It's not that they've left me. I'm not bringing it with me into 2020. So I'm wanting to do a little bit of work in letting go, part of me feels called to write goodbye letters. Not to actually post them, but I think maybe tomorrow as part of the ritual I might burn them. That way I am releasing it off to the universe with love and everything like that. I just don't know if that's best for me to do today, or if I should sort of keep running with this good streak that I've got going at the moment and be a bit more practical. I.e. clean my room or whatever, and then tomorrow morning I can have some time to write those letters. I am going to go see Mel and Des tomorrow afternoon, so I'm shooting for a 2:00 arrival there. So yeah, leaving here at about 1. So if I can, I definitely know that if I don't use tonight, then I will wake up at a better time tomorrow. Also setting plans for myself to do a layer of fake tan on my legs tonight, and then put the tanning oil on them tomorrow, because that just makes a much better color come up, and it works better in the day for some reason than doing it at night. It can end up quite splotchy. So yeah, that's my plan. That will keep me busy, and that locks in, I guess, self-care in the way of personal hygiene and showering. Yeah, so still trucking along quite well. Haven't had a Valium yet. I'm trying to hold off on taking my first Valium. I might take it around 4. And I haven't meditated yet because I wanted to eat first, just so I know that one thing that happens when I get into sort of meditation is my brain uses the opportunity to try and like plan what we're going to do next. And I felt like if I was hungry, I would be very distracted and not have the best practice. So yeah, I'm listening to myself and honoring myself and doing what I gotta. What else am I doing? So I just went up to the village before, after I did kind of all my chores and I had a little bit of time. Well, not really, or not so much that I made time to go and get some fishnet stockings because I couldn't find any in my room. So I hope that I bought ones that are like big enough holes but not too big, because I didn't really want the really, really big ones because otherwise I'm not going to slide that well. But then I didn't really want the small ones because I think we're all using sort of semi-bigger ones. But that's okay. If I need a new pair before the weekend, I'm sure that things will work out financially. I'm still waiting for that money to clear through from CommBank, which is a bit of a stress, but that's okay. Also, while I was up at Kmart, or up at the village, I went into Kmart and I grabbed myself a weekly planner, which I want to start to use to plan my meals, plan my activities, or at least plan what workouts I'm going to go to, especially after this weekend, because there won't be any pole. So that's my opportunity to really start getting into the habit of going down to Fernwood. So I want to, establish that to remind myself that that's what I can do. And then I also, not that I need to buy any more notebooks, but I bought a gratitude journal. That's specifically all laid out. And that's actually one of the things that when I went to the, goal setting meeting yesterday, at Fernwood, one thing, we did it in a group. And one thing that we all needed to work on was our mindset, and that we're all struggling with negative talk. And one thing that I said that I was going to do to address that and tackle that is have a gratitude journal, but not just be grateful, but things about me that I'm grateful for that day. Because I think it's really easy to when people say, "Oh, just start practicing gratitude every day and, your depression will go away." And so you sit there and you're like, "Oh, I'm grateful for a roof over my head and for a bed and for my health." And I don't know, it can become a little bit more, I guess, throwaway-ish towards the end. Because it's not like I'm not grateful for what I do have, but I'm not grateful for me. So that's something that I'm going to start adopting from today. I don't know if I want to do that at the beginning of the day or if it's what I want to do as part of my wind down ritual at the end, where I can sort of reflect on my day and be like, these are 3 things that I'm really proud of myself, or I'm happy that I did for myself. But that's okay. I'm just gonna let that happen organically. So yeah. May, you're doing really, really well. I am so proud of you today, and I know that you've got this. Just keep trucking along and stick to the plan. And May, remember, we're doing this because we deserve a better life, and we deserve to move on and not be affected by the things that happened to us in the past, or even the things that have happened to us this year. They've happened, and getting upset over it and, reliving all of that emotion and everything, it's okay to feel it, but you deserve to not be stuck there forever. So let's keep working together to keep moving forward and, welcome 2020 with wide open arms. Okay, I love you, and I love all of my followers, all 3 of you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for commenting, bits of advice, encouragement, or sending messages. It really, really does mean a lot. So thank you for being on this journey with me as well. Okay, check in later. Bye.